Hello and welcome to our letter of the day video. Today's letter is the letter Z. Z looks like this and Z is for zebra. That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's decorate the letter Z. We're going to be adding some glue and then I've cut out some pieces of paper that we're going to use to put stripes on the Z like a zebra. If you don't have black paper, you could always just use a marker or a crayon to put the stripes on your letter Z. Okay, this is what letter Z looks like. When you decorate the letter, it just helps you to remember what it looks like so you can recognize it later. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like a zebra to me. Well, now that we know what letter Z looks like, let's try to write it. So to write the letter Z, we're going to make a line that goes straight across the top. Then we're going to slide down and we're going to go back. So make a line across the top, slide down and back. Across, down, and back. I like to say zig, zag, zig when I write the letter Z. Can you try to write Z? Zig, zag, zig. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house. And since this is an uppercase Z, it's going to be upstairs and downstairs. So we're going to go across the top, slide down, and back. Zig, zag, zig. Zig, zag, zig. One more time. Zig, zag, zig. That's the uppercase letter Z. And now the lowercase letter Z looks exactly the same. It's just going to be a little bit smaller. So let's try that one out. Zig, zag, zig. On the handwriting house, the lowercase Z is going to be downstairs. So we're going to start in the middle. And we're going to make a line that goes across. We're going to slide down and back. Zig, zag, zig. Zig, zag, zig. One more. That's the lowercase letter Z. Now let's talk about what letter Z sounds like. Letter Z sounds like a bumblebee. Zzz. Can you make that sound? Zzz. That's what the letter Z says. Z says, zzz. Well, today we're going to catch a bumblebee. Will you help me? We're going to sing a little song to help us to remember that letter Z says, zzz. Okay, let's all make the sound that Z makes and then see if you can catch a bee. Zzz. I got my bee. Did you catch yours? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Ouch! He stung me. I'm squishing up a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so mad at me? I'm squishing up a baby bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Ew, it's yucky. I'm wiping off that baby bumblebee. Now my mommy won't be mad at me. I'm wiping up that baby bumblebee. Buzz, 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 buzz. Now this time we're going to sing it, but let's let the bumblebee go because bumblebees are one of God's creation that help to distribute the pollen so more flowers can grow. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Let's let him go free. Let's let him go free. So what does letter Z say? Z says zzz, and that's going to be your clue today. I'm going to do like this to remind you as we do our blending and reading. Before we do our blending and reading, though, I need to know what the vowels are. Can you tell me? The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Now we're going to put the letter Z with each of these vowels and see if we can blend the sounds together. Remember what Z says. Z, ah, z, za, za. Let's blend Z with E. Z, eh, ze, ze. Z, I, ze, ze. Let's try Z with O. Z, ah, za, za. Last one, everybody. Z, za, za. Now let's read 3 words today. The first one, I want to say zap. So what letter says p, 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 like popcorn? P, 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 p. That's letter P. So let's read this word. Zap, zap, zap. The next one, I want to say Z. So what letter says d, 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 like knocking on the door? D, d, d. That's letter D. So let's read this together. Z, Z. That's actually the name of a zebra in the book we're going to read in a minute. The last one here, I want to say zig. So what letter says g, 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 g? That's letter G. So let's read this word. Zig, zig. Kind of like zigzag zig that we were doing when we wrote the letter Z. Okay, so that was our phonics and handwriting time. Now it's time for math. For math today, we're going to be talking about temperature. I bet you've heard that word before. Have you ever felt really bad and then your mom took your temperature? Well, we use a thermometer to take our temperature. A thermometer tells how hot or cold a person is. But there's also another kind of thermometer. It can tell how hot or cold it is outside. And that's the one we're going to talk about today. So let me show you this thermometer. Inside a thermometer, there is something that is colorful, and it's usually colored red. If the temperature is up at the top, then we say it's hot. If the temperature is down at the bottom, then it's cold outside. Let me show you a thermometer, and let's practice that really quickly. So inside the thermometer, there's something that's called, usually it's mercury, and it goes down at the bottom when it's cold outside, or it goes all the way up when it's hot. So when it's at the bottom, like this way, like this that I'm showing you now, then it's cold outside. So if it's at the bottom, that means it's cold. If it's at the top, so let's make it go all the way to the top, then that means it's hot outside. So if it's at the top, it's hot. If it's at the bottom, then it's cold. Well, we're going to do a little activity together. I want you to help me to know if it's hot or cold, and then we're going to see if we can figure out which thermometer is the right one, which one is showing the right temperature. All right, so this thermometer is showing hot. But what about these? Let's take a look at the next slide. The first picture shows the picture of a hat. Do you wear this hat when it's hot or cold outside? We wear this hat when it's cold outside. Do you remember when the temperature is up or down? Which one means cold? When the temperature is down, that means cold. If the temperature is up, that means it's hot. So let's say that one more time. When the red part on the thermometer is down, that means it's cold. When the temperature or the red stuff inside the thermometer is up, that means it's super hot. Okay, so now we just said that the hat would be worn when it's cold. So which temperature shows cold? The one that's up or the one that's down? Good. The thermometer that shows the temperature way down is cold. So that's probably what what temperature it would be when you wear the winter hat. The next one shows some flip-flops. When would you wear the flip-flops, when it's hot or cold outside? We wear flip-flops when it's hot outside. So which thermometer shows hot? The one where the red is up or down? The one where the red is up. Remember, up is hot, 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 and down is cold. Okay, let's look at the swimsuit. When do you wear a swimsuit? When it's hot or cold outside? We wear a swimsuit when it's hot outside, when we want to go to the swimming pool. So which thermometer shows hot? The one that's up or down? Good. The one that's up shows that it's hot. The next one shows some mittens. When do you wear mittens? When it's hot or cold? We wear mittens when it's cold so our hands won't freeze. Which thermometer shows cold? Up or down? The one that is down, the red part that's down shows it's cold. The next one shows some shorts. Do you wear a pair of shorts when it's hot outside or when it's cold outside? We wear shorts when it's hot outside. Which thermometer shows hot? Good, the one where the red is up. Remember, up is hot. The last one shows a scarf. Do you wear a scarf when it's hot or cold? We wear a scarf when it's cold outside. Can you find the right thermometer? Good. This one that's down shows cold. Remember, if the red in the thermometer is up, that means it's hot. If the red in the thermometer is down, that means it's cold. That was just a little introduction to temperature. We'll do that another time. Now I want to talk about our color for today. It's the color of a zebra, black and white, but we're going to try to spell the color black. I changed the song just a little bit. It goes like this. B-L-A-C-K spells black. B-L-A-C-K spells black. Zebras are black and white. Zebras are black and white. Zebras are black and white. I like black. Well, today for our shape practice, we're going to use some black construction paper and we're going to make a heart and turn it into a zebra. Okay, so what shape is this black paper? This is a rectangle, but we're going to turn it into a heart. So I'm just going to fold it. Then I'm going to take a white crayon and I'm going to draw a letter C on there. There we go. So there's the letter C. Next, I'm just going to cut out the letter C. Now I'm going to open it up, and can you tell me what shape this is? This is a heart, and now let's make this heart turn into a zebra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heart upside down. So there it is. I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to use the clipboard to help me hold it. So next I'm just going to make a mark right here. I'm going to make a nose hole and a mouth. And I'm going to just draw on an eye. And I'm going to draw on an ear. And then I'm just going to make some stripes. There you have it. We made a zebra from a heart. If you'd like to, you can also cut out a mane and glue that to the back. So what shape was this? That was a heart. So we made a heart zebra. That was our shape practice for today. And now we're going to do some art together. For art today, we're going to be making a zebra. It's going to be a paper bag puppet zebra. So let me show you how to do it. So here are the supplies that we need for our paper bag zebra. I'm using a brown bag. If you have a white lunch sack, that would be even better. But since I only had brown, I painted it white. Next, I cut out an oval shape. This is just going to be the zebra's nose. This is his mouth. So we're going to glue this nose part right here to the top. I'm just going to take that white crayon and I'm going to just draw on 2 nose holes like that. Next, I cut out 2 ovals from white paper, and those are going to be his eyes. So we'll glue those on. There's one and another one. I'm going to use some black paint and a Q-tip to dot some eyeballs in his eyes. Here we go. Now he can see. And then finally, what's he missing? What does a zebra have? A zebra has stripes, so we're going to use that Q-tip and some black paint to make some stripes on this zebra. Let's make some even right here on his face. Okay, so there's our zebra puppet. Now let's do some science. Okay, so here's our zebra puppet. I decided to glue on some ears to the back of him too, just to make him look a little more like a zebra. Okay, on to science. Have you ever wondered why some things like a big giant ship can float, whereas a little tiny rock that you throw in a pond sinks straight to the bottom? So everything is made with molecules. God designed everything to have molecules. And molecules can be close together. And when they are, that makes something dense. That means it's going to sink. If the molecules are farther apart, then it's going to be buoyant. It's going to be able to float more easily. So we're going to do a little experiment today for science. We're going to check the buoyancy of some cookies. And of course, we're going to start with an Oreo cookie because what color is an Oreo? It's black and white, the color of a zebra. So we're going to use an Oreo cookie. We're going to use a chocolate chip cookie. So there's a chai. This one's broken up, but I think it'll still work. It's the last one, so I hope so. And then we're going to use a vanilla wafer. So there it is. Okay, so we're going to be scientists today. We're going to try to guess what we think is going to happen and form a hypothesis. That means a guess. What's going to happen? So give me a thumbs up if you think the Oreo is going to float. Thumbs down if you think it's going to sink. What's your hypothesis? What's your guess? Okay, we're going to see if you're right. Now let's try the chocolate chip. Do you think the chocolate chip is going to float or sink? Okay, and then the last one, make your guess for the vanilla wafer. Do you think the vanilla wafer is going to float or sink? Well, let's find out. Let's put them in some milk and test out our hypothesis. Okay, so I have 3 cups and I'm going to put some milk in each of them. Okay, so now see if you can remember what you thought the Oreo was going to do, sink or float. And let's try it out. The Oreo's floating on the top. Were you right? Okay, well, let's try the next one. We're going to try the chocolate chip cookie. This is just a piece of chocolate chip, but it should be the same, the result. Uh-oh, the chocolate chip cookie is not at the top. It went all the way down. It sank. Did you get that one right? We'll put this other piece in too, and let's just see. It's going down too. It's actually staying at the top for just a minute, but it'll go down too. It's just being a little slow. What about the vanilla wafer? What did you think was going to happen with that one? Okay, let's try it out and see. It's floating. The vanilla wafer is floating. And actually, the smaller piece of the chocolate chip cookie is floating now, and the other one is down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to bring it closer, but the other piece is right there on the bottom, but the one piece is at the top. So maybe you were right if you guessed sink or float. That one did both. Well, you can test out some other hypotheses. That's what scientists do. They try them out and see if they were right. Well, that was a fun and tasty science project today. Before you go, I have a story for story time, and it's about a zebra named Zack. Let's read it together. Zack the Lazy Zebra by Wendy Chayette Lewison. Zack the zebra lives at the zoo. All day long, what does Zack do? Zzz, zzz, he sleeps. The zookeepers bring a zebra snack. They bring zucchini and ziti, that's pasta. But it doesn't wake up Zack. Zack has no zest. He wants to rest. Zzz. They zap Zack with a garden hose. They bang a drum. They tickle his nose. Zack's eyes stay closed. He wants to doze. Zzz. They try a zillion zany tricks. They hop around on pogo sticks. Zack thinks their tricks are boring. He just goes on snoring. Look, here comes Zed, a zebra with zing. He zooms and zigzags around everything. Will Zed make Zack wake up and leap? No, now two zebras want to sleep. Zzz, zzz. At last the zookeepers give up their schemes. They wish Zack and Zed sweet zebra dreams. Zzz. Well, how many things can you find that started with the letter Z? Do you remember? Zoo, zookeeper, zebra, ziti and zucchini, Zack and Zed and zip. There were lots of words that started with Z in this book. Well, I hope you had fun today talking about letters Z and zebras. I'll see you next time for the letter of the day. Goodbye.